today we're going from noob to pro in Roblox Pull. In the last video, we collected every single pet from the Abyss world, in total adding up to 250 billion strength. And today we're going to be going from noob to pro with those insane pets that we unlock. Make sure to stick around to see us almost beat the entire game, and consider subscribing. In yesterday's video, we collected literally everything from the Temple of Abyss. The strongest pets, the strongest swords, the strongest weapons, the strongest ores, the strongest books, the strongest wings. Wings? Why did I say wings? The strongest rings. I want food. With that, we should have some crazy multipliers, so let's go ahead and check out everything. If we equip 3 of these crypt wings, they all give us a 30 billion bonus. Boom, boom, boom. And with that, we get 30 billion for each of these crypt wing pets. And if we go ahead and check our medals, we have this 20 times death grip and this 45 times hollow medal, and both of those give us a 64 times total boost. The title gives us a 15 times strength boost. The ring gives us a 38 times strength boost, and this book gives us a 60 times strength boost. So we're literally super strong. And despite the fact that I have 8 rebirths, okay, and some trophies, that is all just from AFKing and grinding. Like, I have not even stepped a foot here. I have not even clicked once. I have not punched once, and I have all of that just from existing. So my question is how fast we can go from noob to pro using only all of this crazy stuff that we got from yesterday. So let's go ahead and equip the Aura of Empty King special, which gives us 75 times strength bonus, as well as this 185 times Myco Shard sword. We have some bonuses, some mega boosts, some regular strength potions, some server strength boosts, which are going to help us out a lot. So now that we have all of the OP stuff from the Temple of Abyss equipped, it's time to see how fast we can go pro. So for starters, let's go ahead and literally click once. With one click, we're already at 196 SX. And if we walk over here, you can see we have no training multipliers equipped, and we have not fought any of these swords. You'll see that I have not gone anywhere here because let's see. Dawn sword. Will we be able to beat this? I think it'll only take one click. I was correct. As you can see, this is a new sword. I have not gone through any of this entire game. This is my very first time. I'm honestly so excited. Next is the Storm Reaver. This is also going to be one click. I have 196 SX strength, and this only costs 750. Now for the next one, we have the Heartsbane sword. I have 196 SX in strength, and this only costs 5k, so I literally one click it once again. Easy as pie. And then we have the Lumen Blade, which is also going to be a one click because it's 41 times strength. 41,000 strength was literally nothing. I one click that as well. And then we have the Excalibur, 460k. If I click once, literally that's all it took, and we got the Excalibur blade. But I mean, the one that we have right here is crazy OP. As you can see, the sword that we have is 185 times. The Excalibur sword that we just got from completing this entire world is only 1.3 times strength. Anyways, with that, we can go ahead and fight this king, which is also probably only gonna take one click. And with that, we have the king title, which we also don't need because this Hollow King tag is so OP. The king tag would give us a 1.1 multiplier. We don't need that at all, dude. That's crazy. Next, we enter the volcanic cave. Here, we can go ahead and see all of the training multiplier. If we equip the highest one, which is 155 times, we get a 54 SP per click. What in the world? I think that's strong enough to beat the hardest version of the Magma Dragon over here. But let's go ahead and fight each of these swords. Firstly, we have the Dark Sword. Here we have a noob. He's level 4, 2.8 million strength. He wishes he could be this strong. But let's go ahead and literally click once, probably. Boom. All it took was a single click as well. That's crazy. I wonder how many of these we're going to be able to click in one single click. As a reminder, I've literally only clicked once. I have not trained anything whatsoever. This is just one single click with the multipliers that we have equipped. I'm just beasting the entirety of this volcanic area. Boom. The Bleak Harvest. It also only took one click. That's crazy. And do we get the rarest sword in this entire area, which costs 30 billion strength? One single click is all it took. That's crazy. And with that, we beat the entirety of this lobby. As you can see, I got the Pyro Slash. Anyways, with that, we can go ahead and confirm this thing. We got 1 credit from that. And if we come over here, now for the Magma Dragon, will we be able to beat him? Only clicking once. By the way, I still have not actually clicked. It only took a single click. And if we go ahead and fight this Magma Dragon for 150Q. This also, I think, is going to get beaten in a single click. Insanity. We now have the Slayer 2 multiplier, so we're almost at 100 SP every single click. And this one's going to be a little harder because it is 1.5 SX, but we're still 200 times stronger than it. So we really did not struggle there at all, much. And we've finally hit 100 SP every single click. And that's without some of the crazy multipliers that we're going to see later in the game. So let's go ahead and walk over to this Dravenar. Hello, Dravenar. How much do we need to beat him? 100 billion? That is nothing. I feel, yeah, here we go. We just one-click him. That's crazy. We are so incredibly strong. I don't even have strength multipliers or anything like that. And I'm still rolling off this one single click that I did in the first world. But we have traveled to Glacier Peaks, where we will now be able to buy one of the rings from the ring store. We now have the Sun Ring, but we don't even need the ring we just bought because it gives us a 6.8 times bonus. The one we got from that world is a 38 times ring. And with that, we can come over to this Glacius guy and beat him probably in a single click as well, if I had to assume. 2.3Q to fight Glacius. And it only took me a single click to beat him. That's insane. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can fight every single one of the swords in this place. Firstly, we have the Frost Reaver in the beginner world without any of the multipliers that we even have so far. We've almost beat this entire world. Here's the Frozen Fury for 7 trillion strength. Boom. Easy. Next is the Blizzard's Bane for 200 trillion strength. Will we be able to one-click it? The answer is yes. Wow. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? We're literally so OP. Finally, the Aquila, which is 1.7 quadrillion, and we literally one-click it. That's insane. That's just crazy. Now that we are level 10, however, we can super rebirth, and the reason why I am super rebirthing is because of the fact that that gives us a brand new pet slot. The reason I'm using that on another pet slot is because we have so many of these 30 billion strength pets. As you can see, we equip another Crypt Wing. Actually, we can craft a gold one, which now gives us a 45 billion times bonus. Oh, we can craft a lot of gold ones. Hold up. Oh my gosh. And with that, we are at 165 billion total strength bonus from our pets. Look at all of those beautiful pets behind me. And they're all matching because they're the same one. Anyways, what matters is that we go over to this king and we defeat him in literally... Oh, I did not train, so I'm going to lose this. Oh, I feel stupid now. If I click once, we have 1 SP strength, and that's without any multipliers. So if we go ahead and beat him, we should be able to travel all the way to the volcano cave already. And if we go ahead and beat Dravenar, we should be strong enough to travel to Glacier Peaks. Now that we are here, we only have 1 click still. We can go ahead and equip one of these click multipliers, 2.5K, and we now make 4-0 every single click. I've only been playing for like 10 minutes, and we make 4-0 every single click. What in the world? Now, the huge mega boss Yeti. We've only clicked once. Let's go ahead and fight him. This first one is going to get beaten in a single click. I could just tell because our number is way higher than what this guy is. What about the second difficulty of the huge Yeti? Will we be able to beat him? 1 click, and it's yeah, we did that instantaneously. Okay, the final one. There's no way that we also beat him in 1 single click. Oh, this one is a lot more difficult. Wow. So we did not beat the final version of the Yeti in 1 single click. But once again, we have only clicked once since we started. Now that we've defeated all of Glacier Peaks, we are finally in the desert. And with all the wins that we have, we could literally equip the 12K multiplier, which gives us 37-0 every single click. Will we be able to... Firstly, let's go over to the swords and try pulling every single one of them. The Carrot Bane is the first one. Once again, I don't understand why there's a carrot. I don't understand what the carrot has to do with the desert, but you know what? I'm not going to ask any questions. Next is the Nile's Fury, which is 65 quadrillion. Also, we took it out in 1 single click. That was not difficult whatsoever. Then we have a Moon's Might, which is 550 quadrillion, which is also just 1 single click. And then we have the Bastet Staff, 3.5 quintillion. And it doesn't even matter. Oh, just 1 single click. We are literally speeding through this entirety of the game. 30 quintillion for the final sword of the desert world, the Anubis Scepter, and we single click it. Insane. As you can see, Anubis Scepter, new. If we travel all the way over here, let's go ahead and beat Anubis, which we'll get a name tag for, but we don't even need it. It's 60 quintillion to be able to defeat him, and we are going to beat him probably in a single click. I was correct. Who would have thought? Me. I literally said it. Next is the Crazy Cactus Mega Boss, which the first first fight is only 1 SX, which we should be able to defeat, I'm pretty sure. Boom. The second version of the fight is 150 SX, which should also not be very difficult. Oh my gosh, it's actually difficult. Cactus 2. Are we able to defeat the final version? No, it's 200 SP. But I have a special plan to be able to defeat this crazy cactus. I'm going to click another time. And we now have enough strength to defeat the crazy cactus. 76-0 on 2 clicks of training. I mean, honestly, I'm going to end my experiment there, and I'm just going to turn on auto train. Let's see how strong we can get and how much stronger we'll honestly be than the next lab, because that's where we're going to after this, because we've just completed the entirety of the desert. As you can see, we are already at 2.5 N strength, which I think is strong enough to beat the giant fat fish that's in the ocean world. But if we come over to this training place, we can equip this 30 times boost, and with that 30 times boost, we now make 225-0 every single click. Let's go ahead and go pull all of these swords. We can also just get the collector medal, this giant pot, this huge pet slot, because we have so many swords. And with that, our medals are totaling up to 65 times in boosting. We can also go ahead and pop this mega potion and this normal strength potion and this wins potion. Why not? Here are all of our tags. Oh, and we can buy one of these. I forgot about this. We now have this 550% Dark Star mythic thing that'll help us train. And with that, we make 29N every single click. Let's go ahead and beat the Solar Scythe. How difficult could this be? This is without any rebirths. The Solar Scythe we beat in a single click. What about the Pyrobite, which is 4 SX? We also beat it in only a single click. Next is the Lunar Reaper, 28 SX, and we should be able to beat this in just 1 click as well. The Hydrobite Dance. Dance? Why did I say dance? It's Hydrobite Lance, and we beat it in 1 click. We are literally strong enough to pull that giant sword from one of the further worlds right now. And we're only on the multipliers of the lab. But there we have the Prismatic Edge, and we have completed the entirety of the lab, except, fought the boss. Ugh. Let's go ahead and defeat the Mecha Knight, which is only going to take a single click, just like everything else in the game so far. Oh my gosh. We can also claim these potions. And with that, let's go ahead and beat all of the boss bot. This should be quite easy to defeat. 1 single click. And we have the Phantom 1 multiplier. What about the boss bot medium mode? It is 4-0 to be able to defeat him. It also only took a single click. What about the final version? 75-0 to be able to defeat him. That's only going to take a single click, just like the rest of the game. I need to stop saying single click. I'm losing my mind. But even with that, we can also equip another pet. Why do I have a firework equipped? That thing does nothing for us. With that, we can go ahead and equip this Gloomfin, and we are up to 200 billion total pet stats. Dude, the Abyss is where you should definitely go to get the craziest multipliers of pets. Look at all these pets behind me. I have 200 billion total multiplier. And we go ahead and start rebirthing. I think we should be able to just fully max out the rebirth entirely. Rebirth max. And with that, we are max rebirth. Every single click, we get 5.37 UD. I don't even know how far that is in the game. I think that's actually, we don't even have the ocean click multipliers. So if we come over to this training area, we can equip the 800 times click multiplier from here, and now we make 343 UD every single click. So it is now time to fight every single one of these swords. We should be able to literally single click all of them, so I'm not going to waste too much time worrying about that. 1 click for the first one, Coral Fang, new sword. 1 click for the Aqua Sword, which is 7.50. We are significantly past 7.50, I'm going to be honest. Next is Hydra's Bite, which is 25-0, which we are also just going to 1 click, not to repeat myself for the millionth time in the entire video. And the Trident, 125-0 to be able to defeat this one. This one is also super easy, honestly. We've not struggled on a single boss all video. Even whenever the boss doesn't take 1 click, it only takes like 10 or something. And that was without training. If we had actually been auto training, every single boss in the video so far would have only taken 1 click. So let's go ahead and fight the Lazy Fish Mega Boss. 2N is required to beat him. And we defeated him in a single click. Wow. Okay, what about the 100N version? Is that going to be more difficult? No, it was also just 1 click. That's crazy. What about the final 10DE? Usually, I have to start training here when I buy something super OP from the store. But with all these multipliers, it only took 1 click. That's insane. Okay, now let's go ahead and fight Poseidon. That's the only thing we have not beaten in this entire world. And that's obviously going to be 1 single click, just like everything else. But we are now officially in the temple. I have only been playing for 20 minutes, and we are in the temple. dude. Okay, book index. We don't have that many books. The only things we really have are from the... We can go ahead and equip the 4.5 million times click upgrade. And with that, we're making 3.75 DD every single click, which only 2.5 is required to beat this Titan sword, which we haven't even fought yet. We don't even have the glaive, and we can beat it. I think we could beat Ravana. Anyways, let's go ahead and start pulling the swords. Here we have the Dragon Hammer, 2.5 DE to be able to complete it, and we just beat it in a single click. That's insane. Okay, now we have the glaive, 25 DE to be able to beat it, but that's not even a worry. Not even a worry whatsoever. We just defeated that instantaneously. Next is Poseidon's Trident, which is 500 DE. We click once. We instantly defeat it. Okay. And finally, not even finally. Why did I say finally? I'm stupid. The Dark Heart is 12.5 UD, and we also just defeated that in a single click. With that, we can finally buy the Electric Trail, which gives us a 1000% strength bonus. As you can see, look at all these swords that we've unlocked and all these name tags and medals. With everything entirely, we're making 14 DD every single click. We haven't even finished this world. I haven't even pulled the Arthurus, and we are at 2.5 TDD, which is the strength required in the arcade. Let's go ahead and pull this Aetherus for 500 UD. It only took one single click, just like everything else in this entire video, which is insane. And now we can move on to pulling this huge sword. So to fight it, we need 2 of these Neko Cats, which we do have. And let's go ahead and fight this thing. I'm just gonna turn on auto fight. Will we be able to defeat this thing already? I mean, obviously, the answer is yes. We are way stronger than the thing is. And with that, we have defeated and gotten the Titan sword. But the stupid part about the Titan sword is that it is, you have to wait 9 hours to do it, which I don't even understand why that's the time, because in 9 hours, you will definitely be able to unlock a way stronger sword. So if I fight Skibbity 123K, okay, and then we beat him. But even just with that, you can work your way up to this Shadow Fang. And the Shadow Fang only costs 230 trophies to be able to get 118 times click bonus, which is twice the Titan sword. So by the time that you get to do this Titan sword fight twice, you already have a better sword. And that's not even the end of that, because of the fact that you need to do the Titan sword 3 times to even be able to get the Titan sword. So I don't even understand the balancing there. I'm not even going to think about it because it hurts my small, feeble brain. But with that, we can fight the Ravana Mega Boss. The recommended damage is 2 DD. We are at 4.6 TDD. So, yeah, we one-click him there. To fight the second version is 20 DDD. Why did I say it 3 times? And it only takes 1 click to beat him. And now the final version of Ravana is 200 DD. And that's also just... Oh, it's not a single click. That's kind of impressive. But with that, we now have completed the entirety of this world. Well, actually, we haven't, because I haven't defeated the yokai. But after I defeat this guy in literally 1 click. And with that, we have beaten the entirety of this world. And we are now in the arcade, where we get a way stronger click multiplier upgrade. As you can see, we can equip this 20 times million multiplier. And with that, we now make 107 DD every single click. We already can beat the strongest sword in this entire place. So let's go ahead and beat all of these swords. Firstly, the adventure sword. This is where I think we'll stop one-shotting every single one of these swords, but I might be wrong, honestly. I'm not entirely sure, but I think most of these will not be able to be one-shot. We one-shot the Pixel Saber, which once again is my favorite sword in the entire game. Please make another version of this that is way stronger. Make a red one. Make a red one that is like super rare or something. Anyways, the Kyoto sword. Will we be able to one-shot it? It's 300 DD strength to be able to beat him. We did it in 1. Crazy. I'm literally 30 minutes into the game. I'm literally almost 30 minutes into the game. And we are almost done with the entirety of the arcade. The only problem now is that it is going to take a little bit more than 1 click to defeat the victory sword. But for the first time in the entire video, we are actually required to click multiple times to beat something. The other times we had to like, we weren't really training before fighting it, but like this time it literally only took like 1 click, which is insane. Or wait, all the other times that we struggled, we had only done 1 click. This is the first time that even after training, I actually slightly struggled and we still beat it instantly. And if I just waited like 3 minutes, I would have been able to one-shot it probably. But with that, we have completed this entire world. Let's go ahead and beat the Vortex boss. 2 TDD to be able to beat him. So we should be able to one-click him, I think. No! Oh, wow, that's surprising. But with that, we have beaten this guy pretty easily. And if we come over here, we have Brick Kong. To beat Brick Kong, we need 50 TDD. We are already strong enough to beat him. So let's go ahead and go into this Unborn Soul area. I don't even know what it's called. And we can start training here. 45 million times strength bonus. And with that, we make 336 DD every single click. We're almost at 400 DD every single click, dude. This is insane. And with that, we are now at 150 TDD, which is strong enough to beat the very first of this Brick Kong guy. I don't think we'll be able to beat the other ones without training, but then again, this is the first time that we are struggling in the entire video. We literally, imagine playing this game with a 200 billion multiplier in strength. This is what it's like to restart the game with a 200 billion strength multiplier. We can go ahead and super rebirth because we'll get here in like 5 seconds. Now that we have super rebirth, we can use our upgrade on more power, which is going to help us slightly. Let's go ahead and beat all of these bosses and just rush all the way to the end. We don't have to fight everything multiple times or really worry that much because, I mean, I can one-shot everything with minimal training, literally one-shot everything. Now that we are in the lab, I can equip this training thing. If I equip this 30 times strength, we make 100 and everything, and we should be able to just one-shot the strongest version of this boss. Once again, one-shotted. That's crazy. Anyways, now we have enough trophies to go to the temple. And with that, we skip the ocean entirely, and we are now at the temple. And here we can equip the strongest training thing here. No, not even. We're not a high enough level. We've not beaten enough stuff. But we make 44 DE every single click, which, to solve that problem, all we need to do is get enough wins. So let's go ahead and rebirth a bunch of times here. Boom, 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 boom. We should be able to just max out the rebirth because we have 3 O trophies. And now every single click, we make 4 DD. This person named Joao PD said the MN. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Is he insulting me? Does he speak? Is he saying something mean? Anyways, with that, we should be able to beat this Ravana guy. It's gonna be a little close, but my goal is just get back to the arcade. How did I get these pets? I don't know. What is that pet that's behind him? It doesn't even show me which pets he has. I think he's asking how I get the pets that I have. All I said was Abyss, and now I'm walking away. I mean, I literally had to grind the Abyss so hard. It's actually insane how insane that the Abyss is kind of crazy. But with that, we are back at the arcade. And if we equip the strongest multiplier here, the 20 times multiplier, we should be able to train just slightly. And we are already able to beat the final boss, literally that quickly. So let's go ahead and beat this thing. And now that we've beaten the final boss, we can travel to the underworld. Here we can equip the strongest click upgrade, which is just going to help us overall, honestly. And we can just keep equipping these slowly, I guess. I don't know. At 10 TDD strength, I get the next strength upgrade. Wait, I can make my Gloomfin. I can craft a gold Gloomfin. We now have 207 billion total strength. Dude, what in the world? Oh, wait, and if we craft another one, we can actually equip that instead of the Crypt Wing. Oh, wait, we can craft a shiny Crypt Wing. I'm stupid. And with that, we now have a shiny 60 billion pet Crypt Wing. We can also craft a shiny Gloomfin for 57 billion, a shiny Gloomhorn for 52 billion, and now we have a 60 billion single pet and a total pet strength multiplier of 249 billion. What in the world? We can go ahead and equip all this stuff, and we have 170 DD every second with every single click. It's skibbity 1, 2, 3. Okay. Look at all his pets. Why has he got so many of them? Wait, I also have a billion pets. I don't think I've had this many pets in the game at all, like ever. We can now beat the second version of Brick Kong after just sitting in AFKing like literally only like 5 minutes, maybe. I don't even know if that was 5 minutes. It might have been like 2.5. Anyways, we get the Kong 2 badge, which makes us a little bit stronger as well. I have no idea. What is this thing? Do I have enough of these? I don't have any of these in the world. Anyways, the Ultra Prime boss, we need 10 QND to be able to beat this guy. And he has a super hard version. What in the world? Anyways, we can ignore him and travel back to the normal area that we are supposed to be in, the underworld. With that, we should be able to beat the very first Phantom Spear, which is the first sword of the entirety of this place. There's also the Spectre's Blade, which costs 10 QDD, which we are not at yet, but we do have enough to beat this. To increase our strength, I'm going to grind up a bunch of super rebirths. So it is time to equip a EXP potion and get to work. Drinking 3 of them. To be able to super rebirth, we have to reach level 30. So let's go ahead and fight this thing until we are level 30. Actually, that's not efficient at all, actually. Let's go to temple. If we come over here, we should be able to just fight this sword and one-shot it every single time. We should level up once every single time we fight this sword. So let's go ahead and sit here until we're level 30 and then super rebirth. If we farm up enough super rebirths, we'll have way more strength. And with that, we can super rebirth. Boom. If we speed run through all of this stuff, we'll be able to get to a point where we can train more. I don't even have to be here. I'm a goober. Now I'm just going to sit here and AFK this until I'm level 40, in which I can rebirth once again token, a super rebirth, and then we'll get a 500% multiplier as well as another super rebirth token. And with that super rebirth token, we'll be able to get an even stronger, which will make us even stronger in the final soul world. With that, we can go ahead and super rebirth once again. I overshot it by like 40 levels, dude. I was like level 70. All I needed was level 40. I got distracted. Anyways, with that, we should be able to use that super rebirth token on 2 times power. Not 2 times, 1.5 times. But we also got the bonus just from super rebirthing. 500% strength bonus. And so in total, we have gotten pretty much a 2-time strength bonus from the last time that we did that. So we can go ahead and literally one-shot this king. Boss bot, you are going to be defeated. Don't even try fighting it. With that, we can go ahead and go all the way to the temple. And now that we are at the temple, there is the training multiplier. Once again, we can go ahead and equip that. Now we can just spend all of our money on rebirths until we can rebirth max. And with max rebirth, we now make 24 DD every single click. So we can now beat the final version of Ravana here. Took a couple of clicks, but that's not what matters. What matters is that we get all the way to the arcade, and we just need to beat that guy once to get to the arcade. We should be strong enough now to defeat the victory sword. We literally didn't even get to the arcade before we could beat the final boss of the arcade. So we can go ahead and pull out this stupid sword from the ground, and we now make 191 DD. But if we travel to the underworld, we should be able to equip this, and with that, we make 424 DD. And now that we have raised our level, we get 4.17 TDD every single click. We can go ahead and equip the final multiplier. We get 5 TDD every single click, which is crazy. And now if I were to AFK, I would be able to reach the Oblivion's Edge and the final world. But to be able to get there, I would have to AFK for so long. So with that, we've reached the second to last world. If you enjoyed today's video, like it. And if you want to see more Pull a Sword, subscribe. The total amount of multipliers was 264 billion. That's crazy. And it still takes 700 years to finish this level. I hate it. The balancing is insane.